everybody, welcome. Thanks for being patient with us. I know we got started a little bit late. There was a time mix-up on the side of Team Jailbait. They thought they were starting at 2:30, not 2 Eastern. So we got them all in. Everybody's here. We're happy. We're going to Dragonshire. It should be a good match, you know, all around. So let's talk a little bit about what's going on here. So this is going to be the second round. Obviously, the round of 16 is done. We are moving forward. On the left-hand side of your screen here, and you will see when we get into game, it'll be marked, but this is going to be in the blue. Jailbait, they do get the first pick, first ban for this round. And we are going to be also showing on the red trunks tonight the team of Guy Gems. So it should be an interesting matchup. I'm kind of curious to see where it's going. I know Jailbait's a pretty good team. Guy Gems, I didn't get a chance to watch or play with 2-2-2 terribly much before, but you know, I'm excited to see kind of, you know, where these guys come out of. But, you know, 23 seconds, Dragonshire, you know, obviously this being a very lane control dependent map, with the objectives being at the top and the bottom. So being able to have somebody that you can guarantee is going to hold a lane is critical. The way that I like to play it is obviously sit there and say, hey, look, let's worry about our top laner first, guarantee a good matchup there, and as long as we know that they can hold that point, we're going to be perfectly fine. And we can just take our time in the bottom and just get it when we get a chance. So that's kind of the way I look at it, is the big thing. Now, with that being said, we see the Blaze being banned out, we see the ETC being banned out. Blaze, I think, is a good ban for the side of Jailbait if they have no desire or intention to play him. Only because he is a strong solo laner. So if you don't want to pick that up first, you're going to kind of run into problems with anybody that he's up against. ETC ban on the other side. Sorry, I thought I heard my kid coming in behind me. ETC, on the other hand, a little bit different. I don't know if I would see that as first ban worthy or anything like that. But overall, not a bad call. I mean, if you just want to take that tank out, know that they play him a lot, it's not a bad call. Stukov being picked up, one of the best healers, as I've said, for the past 2 games this matchup. I like it. I like Stukov a lot. The silence provides a lot of value, especially if he's able to land it on the Tracer, so she can't recall out or anything like that. With that being said, he does have some good counters. If you can get like a Chromie or somebody that can put damage on him or jump onto him while he's trying to silence and immobile, you can kind of delete him. So Tracer, as long as she doesn't get silenced, has a couple opportunities to get around and get in on it. Stukov. Sonya, fantastic solo laner. Sonya's going to be able to basically control that top lane, get camps, keep pressure going, whatever that she needs to do. And she's kind of hard to counter out unless you very, very specifically place certain solo laners against her weaknesses. So if you can kind of poke at her from afar, reduce her healing that she's able to keep up when she spins or she takes a level 1 heal. But not uncounterable. I think a Dahaka can do it if you play a strong Dahaka. Any kind of stuns are going to basically kind of slow down Sonya, cause all kind of problems there. So it's going to be an interesting kind of matchup of what's happening. So we do see the Dahaka, we see the Greymane being picked up for the side of Jailbait. I like that. I like that you have a good solo laner, you got a little bit of global, so if you absolutely need to go and contest a point, or you need to quickly get up there and grab the point so your team can get dragon in a little break, he's able to do that. The bushes on the side of both are nice and close, so they're able to do that really, really easily. Greymane, all-around good player. You know, if you get an assassin that can play Greymane well and has the capabilities of knowing when to dive in, or as opposed to maybe poking with his cocktail, it's great. He has an escape as long as he's in Worgen form. He can just dive out into human, get away. So a great hero. So you kind of expect to see him played in almost every match. For the next round of bans, we're looking at the Anubarak. Obviously, they don't want somebody to sit there and just cocoon Tracer. Excuse me. And it looks like we're seeing a hover of a Malfurion, which is kind of what I've been saying for the past 2 matches too. Whenever I see a Stukov or Malfurion picked up, is banning the other ones always a great call. Those are heals number 1 and 2, followed quickly by Rhaegar, Alexstrasza, and maybe Uther. But Malfurion's roots just add so much to the game. You know, that, and his silence too is incredibly powerful. That if you can kind of get him out of the situation and really slow things down, force them maybe into a healer that they're not familiar with, say Alexstrasza, she's great in dragon form, but if you can bring that out, make them waste it and then engage, she's not as powerful. So I'd like taking Malfurion out of the situation here. Now the questions are going to be then, you know, what does Guy Gems decide to follow up with? They have a solo laner, they have DPS. Cho Gall. Man, no hesitation on that. I was wondering if we were going to see a Cho Gall on this one. And indeed we do. So I'd almost anticipate to see Ariel picked up as their healer. Oh man. So it's not complete endgame for Jailbait. I mean, you can go Curse Bullet. That helps hurts the Cho Gall. You know that they're going to be kind of two people here tied to a tied at their hip, so you can really start saying, okay, we just need to focus on map pressure. You know, keep lanes pushed out, basically make them split and respond, because you know you got 1, 2, and healer are going to always be tied together. Sonya can solo lane, that's fine. Tracer not as good, but you expect a 4-man rotation between mid and bot. But if you can kind of force them to kind of be responding to camps all over the place, it gets hard. But we want to swap it. Can we just... You should be able to swap after match. There it is. Like 30 seconds. So they want to pick somebody. Says... So it doesn't matter if it's a level 1 hero. Who did you want? So apparently they're having an issue with something like they can't pick a hero. Hanzo. Okay. So. Okay, so it looks like they're going to do a Hanzo. So if you don't own it.
There is always hope.
So somebody's going to have to draft dodge. Okay, cool. So we're going to have a Hanzo. It's going to be the exact same pickup. Okay, so apparently he didn't own the hero. They wanted to play hero and rotate it out. That's fine. We'll get it in. So we'll do it this way. Hopefully they don't have to do it through the draft again. That would be kind of a pain. Man, we've just been hitting every road bump with these. Oh, okay. So we will have to do it in draft again. Okay. So she doesn't own either, which is the problem. I only have female and animal heroes. Now, lobby mode, she still won't be able to pick it since there is no draft. Okay, cool. First, thanks for the follow, Spellsunk. Okay. Okay, so essentially we're going to see the Hanzo as opposed to the Melthiel, but we will have Muradin. And other than that, we're going to be good. So they're going to redraft. Apparently the issue is Galaxy did not own Hanzo or Muradin, and they wanted Hanzo. So she couldn't even pick it for somebody else to swap with. So it's just going to be kind of real quick, back, as things get populated in. Not ideal, not a big problem. You know, this should take 2-3 minutes. You know, you're going to see the same band, see everything else. If anything kind of looks suspicious or somebody tries to pick something else off, obviously we just call it out. I'd expect to see the Hanzo picked up relatively early. And then we're going to see a swap. Now if it gets down to here again and Hanzo still isn't picked up and they make the same mistake, that's a different problem. You can't pick it if he doesn't own it. Yeah, Snag. So, yeah, I mean, it's somebody else has to pick it. Someone who actually plays the hero, they can pick it in any order. Yeah, so they can pick it and swap, but they just have to. Somebody that owns the hero has to pick it, and then somebody else can swap it even if they don't own it. So we're gonna see the Hanzo be picked up the last whatever. That's fine. Not a problem. Cho'Gall, I think the last pick was Ariel. That's not a problem. So Hanzo Murden. Okay, cool. We're happy. So then I expect to see the Hanzo switch come during the swap round. We're good. Nice. Nice. Not a big deal. We're here. We're happy. Everybody's good. Good deal. Good deal. Good luck. Have fun. Okay. Whew. Man, it's a bumpy road, guys, but we're here. We're here. We're playing some HOTS. We're all happy. We're having a good time. Hey, thanks for the follow. Krindrivnik? I don't know how to pronounce your name, but I'm going to call you Nick. So thanks for the follow, Nick. Oh, man. Oh, man. Yeah, super good. I'm sorry I don't have the bracket bot set up. I didn't have time to set up the Dinobot. I know Murda asked if I'd be able to do that or something like that. Sadly, I don't. If you're looking for the bracket, though, this is the standings. Can't see standings there. Sorry, bracket bot. Nice. I'm a scrub. Okay. So, getting back into it. We're all happy. Dragon Chat is going to start off again. If I'm looking at both teams, who do I like more? I always like Cho'Gall, man. Cho'Gall is tough to kill. I mean, he has so many stupid ways to go unstoppable and just keep moving that he is a pain to deal with. They have a solid solo laner in the terms of, what's it called? Sonya. So they could do good 4-man rotation. So let's see who's on Gall, who's on Cho. So we have Ariel being played by Saint Wish. Spoogles is playing Gall. Cody is playing Tracer. Odin is playing Cho. This is Sonya's own Matthias. So on the side of Jailbait, then we have Murden on H2O. Junkrat is being played by Hanzo's being played by Junkrat. I hate that name. I always mess it up. Stuvkov is being played by Fragstaller. Dahaka's Smug Dolphin. Galaxy is playing the Grey Main. So let's see what we're going to be looking at here. I mean, the 4-man rotation from Hanzo is going to be very, or not from Hanzo, from Cho'Gall is going to be very, very intense if played out properly. They should have enough clear potential. They should be able to do what they need to get done. I'm trying to think of how they're going to stop it. The Murden stun's not going to be anything that stops it. Hanzo could maybe chew through him, but the Ariel changes and buffs and the ability to basically increase her own hope on herself is going to be real solid. So as long as that Ariel's alive, I think Jailbait's going to have a little bit of a problem, but they're doing a good job keeping the silence on her. There goes the Cho'Gall. Ariel tries to reach in and get that heal, going to be just out of range, but they do start the rotation. Ariel's going to rotate very safely, going to try to meet up with her Cho'Gall down here, obviously because she needs that crown to get that energy going. So her by herself is not going to do any good for her team. So good job by Jailbait, basically keeping the game going. Trying to keep the Cho'Gall Ariel combo under control. And the top lane, Sonya's doing a fantastic job against the Dahaka. You know, so it's going to basically come down to, honestly, how well can they keep Ariel off of Cho. They need to focus Ariel. If they can do that, I think Jailbait's going to be perfectly fine. But if they just let her continue to keep hope build, she's just going to run away with the game, especially the later as it gets on with Cho'Gall.
And the dragon's power is yours.
No problem, Nick's cool. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I'm terrible with names. You will learn if you continue to watch NGS games that I cast and stream for. I am probably, next to Jason, the worst person at pronouncing names. Me and him struggle with that a lot. So, I appreciate you coming in here, man. Anyway, so we do see bottom point being picked up right now by Galaxy. Top lane being securely handled by the Sonya, but it is going to go away to the Dahaka, who's going to make his way up there. Sonya going to do her best to kind of hold out as long as she can. Cho'Gall hanging out mid with the Ariel, leaving Tracer to sit here and try to focus camp. But look at this, the entirety of Team Jailbait is going to be pushing in on it. You know, not trying to allow Tracer to get it, but it may not be enough. Cho'Gall's going to come in here, try to finish up these Giants with the rest of the help of Tracer and the Ariel, which leaves basically Jailbait going mid to try to keep up that soak. The stun goes out on Cho'Gall, but not really a big deal. Bottom lane still easily controlled right now by Jailbait. No real issues in that regard. Dahaka once again, kind of hanging out here, just doing the top game clear, not really trying to make any kind of effort on point. I'd imagine he's going to be looking for some sort of help or a gank. He's going to really have a problem trying to take that off of Sonya if he's left up there by himself. At least until later. So both teams right now just kind of playing the, we're each going to hold a point and just let it go. Jailbait right now losing the bottom point to the side of Guy Gems. But obviously has to get back out as Junkrat dives in as Hanzo to go and recapture that for his team. Jailbait has to control bottom point. They have to. I mean, you can see top, Dahaka is just going to really struggle against the Sonya the entire time. So either they need to get an XP lead early, or they need to control. And when they get off it and just allow Cho'Gall to stand, look at this. Middle lane, Tracer is starting to channel. She is going to be able to get that dragon and start immediately pushing down the lane. The question is does she push down mid and let the Cho'Gall hang out bottom alone? Cho'Gall is real low thanks to Ariel being picked off and killed. So not going to be able to push as much as he wants. Going to be able to take the push, kick the Hanzo down to the bottom lane. Going to make his way back up top. Dragon takes down side wall and top tower. Going to start working down on this bottom tower potentially. Focusing, hitting the Junkrat, playing Hanzo. Not going to be able to get this tower, but Tracer obviously, when this goes down, if they can put a silence out now, yeah, I think Stukov, if he would have put that silence down where the dragon was, Tracer would have popped out of it, been immediately silenced, not able to blink out. You maybe would have been able to get a stun off, and then had the Hanzo come and finish pick that off. So it's a little rough, but honestly, not too bad. Able to make things happen. So Jailbait doing pretty good, able to secure a kill. I think they understand Ariel's the target. Apart from that, not too bad. Sonya just kind of spinning to win here on the Merc camp, going to try to get a little bit of pressure that way. Yeah, so both teams just kind of playing it slow, playing it methodically, not making any kind of major mistakes. Ariel with a great whip onto the Murd and into the wall. He dives in, tried to get that stun off on her first, but she immediately responded, got him hit up and stunned. He is going to get low, going to have to chunk out and go back, wait for his trait to kick in to keep him healed up. Sonya does take that camp, which is going to start pushing on the top lane, while Tracer gets the XP soak there. We do see the Dahaka and the Stukov hanging out here, trying to keep each, or not the Stukov, I'm sorry, the Hanzo, take that camp to respond and like. Looks like they are abandoning top lane. No, they aren't. Okay, Sonya is heading back in there against the Dahaka. I thought she was going to go mid and try to make a push. I was wrong. H2O strong on the Ariel. Who's going to have to sit there and heal herself up. She does. She is low. Is she going to fall? She does indeed. Cho'Gall now with no healer is going to have to retreat back because Greymane is just going to keep chunking him if he does it this way. 13 seconds on Ariel. She's going to have to come back in and rebuild all of that energy, or I guess technically hope, to basically keep her team in the game. So Jailbait doing a fantastic job right now at really controlling the exact targets that they need to control. However, man, Guy Gems, you know, holding their own thanks to the help of Sonya up here in the top lane. You know, Dahaka really can't do too terribly much at this point. I almost would have liked, since they knew Cho'Gall was out, I almost would have liked Jailbait to have picked, instead of a Murd and an Anubarak. I understand Anubarak gets chewed through with Tracer, but I think a Coon would have really caused them all kinds of problems. But hey, what do I know, man. Oh, so we do see Hanzo taking the Giants. That's going to start pushing down mid lane. Try to buy them a little bit more of you know, map space for them to work with here. Bottom point, once again, being controlled out by Jailbait. Top point being fought over very heavily by both Guy Gems and Jailbait. Dahaka, though, low with half mana, going to have to retreat out. Bottom lane, Jailbait just doing a pretty good job just trying to zone everybody out. But here comes Cho'Gall, wants to go in. Waiting for his healer, obviously, to get a little bit more hope before making any kind of plans happen. Greymane hanging back. We do see ults picked up for both teams. I'll go over when we get a little bit of a break. Is somebody going to go down? No, Tracer does get away. Tracer dives back in on the Murd and starting to chunk that out. We see Cursed Bullet go out on the Cho'Gall, but gets immediately healed back up thanks to Ariel with full hope. Ariel hopes again, keeps him back up, but this front wall is down. So HTO going to probably try to come back, heal up, use his trait. But look at this, man. They once again abandon the point. Ariel gets onto it, immediately gets back off, understanding that Greymane is positioning to go back in there, letting Cho'Gall lead the way. So doing a good job landing stuns on the arrow. They just don't really have the follow through to basically make things happen. But let's talk a little bit. So we do have Avatar, Dragon Arrows, Flailing Swipes, Isolation, Curse Bullet picked up on the side of Jailbait. Tracer real low here in the mid lane. Top lane again, Sonya doing a pretty good job. Obviously, Dahaka had to go back. He's coming back in now. But look at this. Silence going out. Ariel unable to heal, but Stukov does go down. Oh man. Good reply. Good reply. Cho'Gall goes down. This is the opportunity Jailbait needs. Tracer is not going to be able to 1v4 that. She does get out and manage to avoid that stun. But Jailbait now has an opportunity to send somebody to that top lane and help secure it against the Sonya. Because Dahaka is not there right now. Dahaka is traveling with the team, giving Sonya full XP soak up in that top. The ultimates that were picked up for the side of Team Guy Gems is going to be Crystal Aegis, Shadowbolt Volleys, Quantum Spike, Hammer of Twilight, and Wrath of the Berserker. So, you know, kind of everything that you would anticipate to see at this point. Jailbait doing their best to hold off everything, but no real pressure of that camp being taken. Tracer did a great job grabbing that bottom one. They left it completely abandoned. I don't want to see them push too hard in the Death Bridge lane, only because no good comes of this section right about there. So they are going to hang out mid. Sonya trying to get a gank, but look at this. Oh, swing and a miss on that whip from Ariel, leaving Murden able to escape. Dahaka going to start walking away. Tracer staying right behind him and on top of him. Going to have the help of Mercs to absorb tower shots. Dahaka does take a sip. Going to be able to stay alive that way. Keep his health regen. Hanzo starting to work on that top Merc camp with the help of Greymane. But this is a dangerous call. Okay, so they do get it. I was saying, man. Guy Gems could have just decided, hey, we're going to push in with this and really try to, you know, make something happen. Sadly, they weren't at 13s. They are a little bit down, but man, they were all low. I think they could have maybe done something. It would have been a real risky call, but I would have liked to see it. So bottom lane is being taken right now by the Dahaka, so we're just kind of training shrine for shrine at this point. Giants are taken once again by the Hanzo. Tracer working on hers. Gonna finish it right before the Hanzo gets here. She does. She does finish it, gets the cap. Sonya gets the top lane. Gonna help counter push against that. Cho'Gall, Ariel, Sonya now as the 3-man, leaving Tracer down here in the bottom. Oh man. So Sonya is gonna be in a rough spot against the Greymane and a Stukov. Yep. Just said that. There goes the Sonya. Sonya does fall. I don't know why she dove in. I don't know if maybe she didn't see Greymane hanging out in the bush there or anywhere around. But that was a very, you know, risky call and not necessarily the thing that they wanted to see happen. Bottom lane is taken right now by the side of Guy Gems, but they are down an individual. They don't have anybody top. Smug Dolphin just going to walk back in and finish this. Murden looking to position himself for the mid capture, but understands that the entirety of Guy Gems is making their way up to the middle lane. So they're not going to have an easy capture until Sonya gets back up. Sonya is up right now. Ariel landing the hope. There we go. Keeping the Cho'Gall in the game. He's just going to kind of poke from afar. I think they're not going to be able to stop it. Dahaka on it. Nope. Oh, gosh. Missed this. Tracer coming in bottom, claiming that bottom shrine just in the nick of time. That would have been a dragon for the side of Jailbait. So Guy Gems doing their best, basically keeping themselves in this game. However, they are down to level, and that is an ult wasted. Not going to hit or do too much of anything. You know, so that's going to be on a cooldown that they're going to have to deal with for a little bit here now. Top lane, Smug Dolphin going to be in a bad position here as Ariel makes her way up. Oh, okay, so it's just going to be that. There's no other follow-up, so he's okay. He's okay. Mid lane, Fragseller sitting there clearing out things. Just, you know, everybody kind of trying to reset. I think Jailbait is waiting to try to get on 16s before they make any kind of engagement. While the entirety of Guy Gems, if they were smart, we're going to be sitting here trying to soak up to try to make up some of this level disadvantage that they have.
Hero slain.
So we do see Hanzo fall. That is going to give a good opportunity for Guy Gems to start making something happen. They are going to start capturing this bottom point. Great stun coming out right now on the Murden. So he's going to have to dive back up. Look at this. Tracer making her way mid. She's going to be able to capture this once again. Oh no, they lost top. They lost top shrine. Every time somebody gets close, there we go. Now Tracer's going to be able to get on it. We do see Gall using his ult to try to zone everybody off just a little bit more. Dahaka tries to burrow in, but just as a hair's too late. So Smug Dolphin is just going to start working on clearing the lane as we see Tracer going to start pushing down as the Dragon Knight. Cho'Gall, it looks like the rest of the team of Guide Gems is just going to perfectly happy to kind of hang out down here bottom and try to keep a little bit of a split push going. Get a little bit of pressure if they can clear out this well. That is 2 wells that Jailbait will not have available to them for the objectives, which will really give the side of Guide Gems the ability to, you know, make something happen, make plays work. Dahaka gets a grab, but I don't know what he's planning on doing too much with that. You pull a Cho'Gall full health with Mario full health into a very low Dahaka, that could have been problems. So Dragon again, going to be pushing down the keep wall here, able to take down 1 tower, punts away the Dahaka, and we do see both towers fall. But Tracer is going to go out. Maybe Stukov will land the silence on this one. Get the silence out, Stukov. Nope. Tracer is going to start jumping away. Good recall on the part of Tracer. Completely baited out that Hanzo jump. Able to help secure something, but now it gets real low. Is going to fall to the Hanzo. We do see the Cho'Gall alt pop as well. Ariel gets silenced, unable to sit there and whip anybody away. Great play by the Stukov there, understanding where that silence needed to be. But Jailbait all real low. All real low. So, despite the fact that Jailbait has been unable to secure a dragon play at any point here, they are holding their own. They are very much making things happen. You know, sure, they're losing objectives. I think that they understand that's going to be their hard point, especially against a Cho'Gall, is they just have a heck of a lot more, you know, health to get through. You know, you have somebody that can hold that point forever. So they're doing a pretty good job on the map control. Now, if they can translate that into some sort of structures taken, you know, they should be able to hit 20 relatively soon. Especially now with Hanzo and Dahaka taking that top bruiser camp. Really trying to get on map control here. So Guide Gems is now starting to get kind of a little bit pushed against a wall where I don't think that they want to be. Tracer comes back in, does get stunned. Not going to be able to get too terribly much done at that point. Murden going to dive back out, heal himself up. You know, Stukov going to help spread a little bit of that too. But, you know, pretty good counter push against that dragon from the side of Jailbait. You know, they got everything on map. They're going to be up to 2.5 levels or so. If they can hit 20s, then I'd like to see them be aggressive. They can't continue to play on your heels in that regard. They've been kind of rolling this game the whole time in kills and everything else, but they aren't translating that as well as I think that they want to do.
The dragon shall rest no longer. Unleash its power.
Man, so they're trying for it. Mid is going to be open. Hanzo's going to be there. Hanzo wants to get on it, but Tracer's going to be able to sit there and delay that out. Okay, good job. So here it is. Here's going to be the push that I think matters. So Jailbait, if they can sit there and make something count with this, they're good. So I like that they're kind of starting to split push. They're immediately going down to the bottom, understanding that is the win condition lane for their team. That is also the lane that they still have a well on. So if they need to retreat, they can sit there and get a little bit of health. They can stay in the game, do everything that they need to do. It's not bad. I like that they took down the sidewall, are immediately moving in towards the keep. Galaxy on the Greymane is going to have to sit there and break ways for her team to get out. I think she would have been better to focus a little bit on the tower since the sidewall was down. They did have an escape. The keep is not going to fall, but they have 20s. They have a level and a half lead to really be aggressive and make something happen. And they also have Dragon for another 30 seconds. Tracer going to be coming in from the back line. We do see the Aegis go out. Keeps the Sonya alive in game. But top lane, Bruiser's pushing down there. Everything's okay. I expect to see them go ahead and clear that out. They're just going to let kind of Dragon expire at this point. 3% health, 20 seconds left. I don't think too much is going to get done. They can't really push with it as much as they want. Plus, whenever the Dragon is done, Hanzo comes out as is also vulnerable. So you don't want to push a squishy in to potentially get stunned or silenced out or something like that. So, good push. I think they need to take advantage of this right now. They've been ahead all game in levels. But 20 is a big power spike. They need to do something. You know, just kind of sitting here, and letting Cho'Gall kind of take his time and just buy time on these objectives is going to probably cost them the game. So I want to see them pick a fight. I want to see them get 5 together. You know Sonya's split. You see her in the top mat, so you know you have a 4v5 situation down here. The camp is taken. There goes Aegis on the Ariel itself. Gets silenced, unable to do anything like that. So cannot heal herself, cannot do anything. Great kill by the Greymane. H2O now going to start pushing down here with Giants and Spell armor. It is, man, this feels bad for Guy Gems, man. They were able to get objective control, they were able to do all this kind of stuff, but Jailbait has just played into it. They have focused Ariel very heavily in keeping her silenced, keeping her dead, and just making plays happen. As such, she's unable to sit there and keep hope on the Cho'Gall alive, which makes him play a lot more passively than I think he wants to play. And look at this, man. This is going to probably be GG. You got Giants pushing. You got Mercant pushing. You got an entire team, 70% left on the core, 77% left on the core. It is, I think this is it. This is it. Greymane's still focusing it. Stukov hitting it. This is going to be GG. So we are going to see Jailbait move on into the next round of this tournament. If they hit core. No, they just want that Cho'Gall kill at the end. They wanted to kill the Cho'Gall just for, I guess, insult to injury. But overall, man, that was a real solid game. I think, I'm going to look at the stats here real quick. So let's see. So let's look at the deaths. So you kept Ariel dead 5 times. So that is 5 times, you figure 15, 20 seconds each time. It's like a minute or so of the game, minute, 2 minutes that she's out, that she's not able to stay on the Cho'Gall. That's not bad. That's not bad, because now Cho'Gall's playing passive. Sonya, no matter how hard she's winning lane, isn't going to do anything. I think Tracer maybe wouldn't have been as necessary, but maybe a burst hero or something like that. Maybe a Jaina, something like that, I think could have probably worked a little bit better. A Fear from a Gul'dan, I think would have been great. But the sustained damage probably wasn't going to be enough to get you through the Muradin and Dahaka and Stukov. But overall, very, very good game. Well put effort from both teams. I like what they did. I'd like to see more of them, and good luck to Jailbait as they move forward in the tournament. But with that being said, guys, that is the end of my 3-hour run for the Invitational. I'm going to be passing this off to Stixa, so if you stay here, you will be jumping into his stream. He's going to be casting some too. Hopefully he then passes it along as well. But apart from that, guys, I really appreciate you checking this in. If you like what you saw, follow, subscribe. You can check me out on Twitter to see if you want to know when I'm going live. That is at Smithel Gaming. You can see it at the top of your screen right now. But other than that, guys, again, thank you all for tuning in. Good job for ReGen for putting together this Invitational. Hope we see more things like that. And as a reminder for everybody on stream, NGS Season 4, the deadline to sign your team up is tonight. As an admin, I got to keep kind of pushing this. Make sure not only do you have your team registered, but you've actually clicked the button that says sign up for next season. That is very important. We've had a couple people say that, hey, I've signed up as a team, but I don't see myself there. Make sure you click that button, and we will be putting together all the placements this week with a mead hall following hopefully next Monday, which would be April 2nd. And again, for people that are new, the mead hall is where we go and announce all the kind of stuff that's going on in the leagues. Since this will be the one before season starts, that is going to be the one wherever we tell you what's going on, where you're placed, who you're playing against, Patreon perks that are being added, any casual matches or events that we're doing, all that kind of good stuff. So it is going to be a critical one. Please make sure you tune in for it and keep an eye on the Discord for the announcement as to exactly when and all that good stuff. But again, GG's to both teams. Everybody, appreciate you sticking in here. Again, Smithel Gaming Twitter. You can shoot me a follow on here. Hopefully you guys check me out anytime I'm on and tune in for more NGS matches. But with that, I'm going to let you guys go. Thanks again.